Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Nicole here with the Cook With Me video. Today I'm going to be cooking some chicken Alfredo stuffed shells. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Nicole the Scientist because I did repost this video of this recipe. I seen it online on Instagram and I decided to go ahead and try and make it myself. Considering this is a different type of recipe, I thought I'd like to share it with you guys so you can see how I'm gonna make it. And also, in case you guys want to make it for a special evening, this will be a perfect recipe to make for a Sunday dinner or to make for a special evening when you want to take off from eating healthy. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me. And if you're interested in hanging out with me while I cook this meal, make sure you stick around. So I have here all of the items that you will need to prepare this meal, and I'll make sure I list them below in the description box. But you will need the jumbo pasta shells. You'll need about 2 bags of the 6 Italian cheese. You'll need some butter, some Philadelphia cream cheese. About 8 ounces would do for a decent size amount of Alfredo sauce. I did get some extra Alfredo sauce because this recipe does, for this recipe, I am going to make homemade Alfredo sauce. However, I did get extra Alfredo sauce just in case I run short, but you're welcome to use canned Alfredo sauce for this recipe. You need some Parmesan cheese, some heavy whipping cream, some minced garlic. So I bought some fresh garlic and I did cut them up nice and small, mince them very finely because I am going to put the garlic inside of the homemade Alfredo sauce that I am going to make for this recipe. Also have some garlic powder, some Italian seasonings, and I'm going to make some biscuits with this recipe as well. I do have some shredded chicken. I already took 3 chicken breasts and I put them in the crock pot on high for about 6 hours. And once the chicken was really soft and tender, I just took a fork and shredded it. And I'm going to set it aside until I'm getting ready to stuff the shells. For the chicken breast, you can not only put it in the crock pot and cook it for 6 hours, you can also boil it in boiling water until it's nice and soft and tender, and then you can shred it that way too if you don't have a crock pot. So for this recipe, it does not call for homemade Alfredo sauce. However, I do want to try and make some homemade Alfredo sauce and hope that it turns out really good. I think it would just give it more flavor and more freshness to the meal. So that'll be good that you'll get to see how to make the homemade Alfredo sauce and how to make the stuffed shells. I'm going to start off making the Alfredo sauce first. So I want to show you the items that are only needed for the Alfredo sauce. The heavy whipping cream, minced garlic, the butter, garlic salt, Italian seasonings, Parmesan cheese, cream cheese, black pepper, and salt. I'm going to heat everything up that I just added into the saucepan. I'm going to heat all of that up until everything starts to get a little bit soft until it melts, and then I'm going to whisk the rest of it, and then I'll add in the grated Parmesan cheese. While the ingredients for the sauce are heating up, I'm going to go ahead and start boiling my pasta shells. I added about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to put some water in a large pot and go ahead and boil my shells. Add some shells to the pot. I'm going to boil extra just in case, just to be safe than sorry. I'm not exactly sure how many I should boil, but I'm going to boil extra. I'm going to use my whisk and go ahead and continue to stir. The cream cheese is still melting. It's not quite melted yet. I'm going to continue stirring the sauce. The sauce is beginning to thicken, so once it gets thick, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and set it to the side. The pasta is thickening up, so I'm going to go ahead and add that 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese needed to top off this Alfredo sauce. And I'm just going to stir it in and let it melt and continue to thicken. The Alfredo sauce is done. As you can see, it's pretty thick and creamy. I went ahead and took the pasta shells out of the pot because I felt like they were getting a little bit soft. I went ahead and got my large glass baking dish and I sprayed the bottom and the lining of it with some olive oil spray. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Alfredo sauce, some of that homemade Alfredo sauce, in the bottom of the pan to line it. It's a little bit thick now, so I'm just going to spread it around so it can be even across the pan. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and place these shells into the pan. I think I have about 20 shells total. So I put my shells in the bottom of the pan on top of the Alfredo sauce. I'm going to go ahead and add this entire bag of cheese because it's about 2 cups of cheese. I'm going to add this entire bag of Italian 6 cheese and I'm going to stir it all up and add a little bit of this Alfredo sauce I bought just to give it a little bit more moisture. I'm going to stir that up as well. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt as well. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. I'm also going to add 1 egg. Now I'm going to take about a spoonful of the chicken and stuff it inside of these shells. As you can see now, I have all of the shells stuffed. I'm going to go ahead and top that off with the Alfredo sauce and bake them in the oven for 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. It's been about 30 minutes that I let this cook and it's time for it to come out. Well, it was time for it to come out, so I went ahead and took it out. I'm going to show you guys how it looked in the pan, and I'm also going to show you guys how it looked once I put the food on my plate. It's very cheesy. I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasons on top. I went ahead and made some spinach, and I have my biscuits here. I have 2 stuffed shells with the Alfredo sauce on top. If you have any questions or comments below, please leave them below. I'll definitely get back to you. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos. And you can follow me on Instagram at Nicole the Scientist. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.